Hello, today's October 5th, 2025, and this is part 2 of my dig into the Watertown Savings Bank building right here, as well as the old town hall, which is not in this photo. If I zoom in here on this picture, you'll see that this is exactly the area I covered this morning. There's the Watertown Savings Bank, big arches with that strange part of the building in between, and then the other archway. And over here it has on the roof this little triangle, which I will point out here. So there, that's the same part. Today, that was taken as a screenshot from the video I made this morning. And the little rooftop part, the little triangle on the roof is gone there, but it's clearly still visible in this one. Right there. And I'll show you some more pictures. So this is Watertown Square. And as you come through down Arsenal Street onto Main Street, you'll see the Watertown Savings Bank is front and center right there behind the Delta. And in this picture here, I do believe that the old town hall is visible there, but I'm not entirely sure if that's it. It's pretty far down the street, so I'm not convinced that that's it. But I drove through. I'm going to post a little short video of driving through this very way here. Right here is where there used to be an ice cream shop that my dad told me that he would go to, and once a week his mother would give him a dime, a nickel for an ice cream, and a nickel for the movie, and he would go to the ice cream store right there. So we have a long history in Watertown. So this here is the old town hall building. It was torn down when my father was a boy, and there was a picture of him sitting on the front steps of this town hall building right here on the 300th anniversary of Watertown, which was 1930. In 1930, the town became 300 years old, and he was just a little 6-year-old boy eating his candy or whatever on the steps of this, and the Boston Globe, or one of the Boston newspapers, snapped a picture of him sitting right there. So he actually put me and my sisters on the quest to find that photo of him, because he said it was a front page photo. He remembered it being like a big photo, and we did our best. Me and one of my sisters definitely did go down to the Boston Public Library, search through all the Boston newspapers on the microfiche, came up with nothing, absolutely nothing. So that picture disappeared. But in this photo here, you can see behind it is the train station, which I also spoke about in the earlier video. So that you can only see a little bit of a train and a little bit of the building, but you see the railroad crossing sign right there too. And so that was where I walked around this morning. Here's another picture of it in black and white, same photo, I think. Yeah, same exact photo, just a little bit altered. So here, this is what was the Watertown Savings Bank, and you can see clearly that those are like 19 teen cars. And right here it says Union Market National Bank right there. This is the location of the Watertown Savings Bank, and if you go to this side of the picture, you can clearly see that building that I just showed you. It's right there. Same windows, same little roof that is now gone. And that is exactly the location too. So this is, I know this area inside out backwards. This building was there before the Watertown Savings Bank as it is now. So that's the new town, what they call the new town hall. That's where the town hall moved after the one that I just showed you was taken down. So that's the same picture again. Whoops. Now, I want to go to this book here. So this is a book, Images of America, Watertown. And I will go directly to Watertown Square. So right here, that's the picture of the old town hall again. That's right where I was this morning. And the roads are different a little. I mean, the whole square looks a little bit different there, but that's definitely the same building, the same corner. And I think it's on this page here. Yep. Here we go. So this is another angle right here. Union Market National Bank Savings Department. And right here it says, in 1920, when this photograph was taken, the Union Market National Bank did not have its own building in the square. However, it did have great visibility with this billboard, which proclaimed its 4.5% interest rate on deposits from the first of every month. The old town hall can be seen directly across the street, and a sign on a post near the building warns speed law enforced. So there's the old town hall, and this is where the Watertown Savings Bank would be. And that is not the Watertown Savings Bank building as we know it, but it's clearly the same location. That's Pleasant Street, that's Main Street, over there is Summer Street, around the corner. And here's another photo of it right here. And you can see clearly this building over here with the little triangle roof. A portion of it still exists. That might be the same photograph I found online. And here's Watertown Square at a slightly different angle. This is across the street. Yeah. Okay, so here's another picture that shows the corner of Watertown Square, similar to the one that I showed you at the beginning of this video. That's the same place I said my father would get ice cream right there as a child. That building still exists. It still stands. The one across the street does not. And clearly the Watertown Savings Bank building is not present right there. So I'm going to go back over here again and see. I got to zoom back in again. So this is me driving through the square this morning. I'm not going to bother adding this as a separate video, I don't think. So there, coming up, you see that same building right there. And I guess you don't really see there's a tree in front of the Watertown Savings Bank building from this angle where I was sitting. This is Watertown Square. Let me see if I can pull this off. I'm only going to do another minute of this anyways. But I wanted to see if I could grab that picture that I was just looking at 2 seconds ago. Okay, I think this. So right here, there it is. It's the same shape, but it's different windows. The windows have been changed for sure. But it's that same shape building. That is definitely the same building. Look at the way that it curves around the corner like that. I'm fairly certain that's the exact same building from like a slightly different angle. But that's, so here, I'm going to go a little further. There's the Watertown Savings Bank building right there coming up. Clearly it does not look like it did in that other photograph I just showed you. And why am I bringing this to light? Okay, so I'm going to wrap this up a little bit because I don't want to make this video too long. But one of the things in the old world research that I keep coming across is that all these buildings are much, much older. And I wanted to pinpoint just one building that I can pretty much prove, as of right now, I can prove that that building was actually built in 1921. Although I don't have any construction photos, I have a lot of photos from that exact location, clearly And I know the area, so it's not like I don't know the area. I know the layout of the land. I know where the streets turn. I know every inch of this area. So my proposal, and I'm not questioning a lot of this stuff. I'm questioning everything, but the old world researchers that I'm following seem to always think that everything was built a long, long time ago. And I just wanted to point out this one building, which has quite an impressive structure. I wanted to point out that this one particular building was built in the year they said it was. So I propose that the knowledge of how these things were built back in the day was still available to us in the 1920s. That's my proposal. I'm going to wrap it up here because if I make it too long, then it takes forever to load onto the files. But I hope I didn't ramble too much. But that's my proposal on an alternate. I definitely think we've been lied to. I definitely think there's a bunch of bullshit going on. I definitely think that these skills purposely did not get passed down to us. But I question how old, like there's definitely some that are very, very old. This particular impressive structure right here is not one of them. I mean, it's old, it's 104, but, and that building next to it is still partially there. So it is still, you can figure it out. Anyways, I'm rambling like crazy and I'm gonna call it. Love y'all. Take care. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, do the thing. Bye.